going into this, I had so much optimism, but it's just crazy how much crazy things just happen. The fact that we were even put in this position to begin with just says everything. Like, anything could have happened, Weeks ago we could have been eliminated, but it's crazy that they still stuck around, they still had a chance, and they did basically everything that you could have thought. In the meantime, honestly, I don't know what to think. There was so much in this game that happened. The play calling. Sometimes, going for it on 4th down and using on their own 30 and running a jet sweep. Also, a long field goal ends up becoming an easy chip shot because Rasul Douglas just for some reason decided to walk up and try to hold the ball. Then all this other stuff. Then we saw Quay Walker push another person and get ejected for the second time in the same season. At this point, I don't know. I know there's so much optimism for this team in the long run, but I don't need to necessarily get upset about this because this team was just too immature. I just don't think would have ever lasted. They wouldn't have lasted. They wouldn't have beat the 49ers. I think a lot of people know that. And, if this is it for Rodgers, which, in my personal opinion, I believe he played his last game at Lambeau Field. Do I think he'll play for another team, want to get traded? Do I think he'll retire? That could happen. Anything could happen. And honestly, it'll be an interesting off season. So with this loss, of course, let's pop in, everybody. It's your man, Cloudboy Bales. Welcome to another episode of Wisco Sports. Of course, I'm just going to be talking about the game. I'm just going to go through the stats real quick. Packers officially are eliminated from the playoffs. Detroit defeats the Packers 20-16. Detroit ends their season 9-8. Packers go 8-9 to finish the season under 500 for the first time since 2018. That's the first time in the LaFleur era he has missed the playoffs. And unfortunately it happened at home. There's just so much, I felt like they just weren't in it. They wanted to be, but they just weren't in it. Seeing Rodgers and seeing Cobb walk out of that field together, I just saw it, and I knew this was it. The last time these two are ever gonna see Lambeau Field. You know what? I know there's so many people that are like, maybe he'll never leave, but no. I think he knew deep down that this was it. He wouldn't even exchange his jersey with Lions players, so that was one thing. But gosh, fortunate disappointment. Aaron Rodgers led the way, 17 out of 27, 205 yards, a touchdown and interception. 2 carries for 10 yards. Aaron Jones, 12 carries for 48 yards and 3 catches for 20, including a fumble. That was crucial. That fumble was a huge, crucial deal. A.J. Dillon, 9 for 33. Christian Watson, 5 catches for 104 yards, 2 carries for 12. Allen Lazard, 4 for 41, and the only touchdown on the day for the Packers. Tonyan, 3 for 29. Darnell Savage led the game with 11 total tackles. 2 passes defended, only 1 sack on the day. That was rookie Devontae Wyatt finally making a stand for something. Crosby went 3 of 4, only punted the ball once. And nothing you can do there. Lions, Jared Goff went 23 of 34, 224 yards. Jamal Williams, 16 carries, 72 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Khalif Raymond, 4 catches for 66 yards. DeAndre Swift had 6 carries for 24 yards and 7 catches for 61 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 6 catches for 49. Not much from everybody else. Alex Anzalone had 8 total tackles. Led the way, and the interception was made by Kirby Joseph, who has intercepted Rodgers 3 times. 3 times this year. Weirdly enough, Michael Bagley went for 2 out of 3 for field goals, and they punted 4 times. But you know what? It is what it is. Packers officially with their loss, they now hold the 15th pick in the NFL draft this year, which is good because they hopefully will get a better pick. That's a great thing. I think this draft is going to be super important. This offseason is going to be important. Everybody knows this is on Rodgers' decision to stay or leave. Personally, I think this is it. So, but obviously this conversation is going to be ongoing, and I don't necessarily know what to think, but gosh, I don't know. I really have no idea. Ugh. Try not to be worried about these things, but it's going to be weird. I mean, Rodgers not on a team, not on the Packers anymore. It's going to be Jordan Love taking over. It's just going to be weird. It's going to be really weird. Oof. That is for sure. But, you know what? Just got to move on. Let the mistakes happen. There's mistakes that are going to happen in life. You just got to move on. And not let things get to us. Rodgers won us a Super Bowl. He took us to the playoffs many times. And if this is it, this is it. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. So let's just be thankful for all the opportunities that we were given. That's all I'm going to say. But nothing really much to talk about. But a loss is a loss. But in the meantime, I think this team wouldn't have done anything. So I don't really feel as bad. This will be an interesting offseason. This decision rooming on Rodgers. Aaron Jones might be cut. Preston Smith might be cut. Adrian Amos is a free agent. I don't know what's going to happen. But it's going to be a wild ride. That's for sure. So I think I'm going to end my video here. Obviously, I'll continue to do my weekly predictions throughout the playoffs as I promised. And obviously I will do my updates. I'll make a lot of videos. I got a lot of plans for the future, but let's just sit tight. This will be probably a depressing off season, but things happen. You just gotta move on. I've learned that myself, and just gotta make the best of it. So, anyways, if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts. I know this wasn't the happy video that we all were hoping for, but I think we just gotta be thankful for everything that we've been given. I think that is what is important. If you like what you see, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts. And as always, go Pack Go. We'll see you next time.